There we go. Hey, y'all, I had to figure out how to unmute. Hey, no. Today we are talking about mortgage foreclosures. Mortgage foreclosures. So grab your pens and papers and let's get into it. Because let me tell y'all what we about to do up in this camp. Okay? All right. All right. Today is one of those days. First of all, it's the most important day of the year. Yep, I said it. My birthday. Hey. I can't play music because y'all know you get flagged if you play music. So I can't play music for y'all. But happy birthday to me. I am excited. It is my favorite day of the year. It is also my new year. Those of you who follow me since back in 2016, you guys know that I celebrate my birthday as the new year. It's my new year. I don't do New Year's resolutions. I don't do New Year's goals and all this other stuff. I can just tell you what I'm doing right now this year. So I did write down my goals. I did all that good stuff. But today, I promise you guys, I will come on here and explain how mortgage foreclosures work. So grab your pens, grab your papers. If you know somebody who can benefit from this, tag them, share it, whatever you got to do. Because they're not, because I don't want y'all to think, because I want everybody to get this information. I don't want everybody to be blindsided, so to speak. Okay. All right. Now, grab your pen, grab your papers, and whatever it is that you use to take notes, so you can get all notes that we're about to give out. Okay? Now, first things first, my name is Robinson. I am y'all's favorite real estate diva out here in these real estate streets. Today, I've been slutting it up 27 years. How about that? Slutting in these streets. It means I do a little bit of everything over the years. And this is the point I want to make. I had somebody ask me, well, what is it that you do? I see you did Airbnb. I see you did this. I do a little bit of everything. And the reason why is because you can't compare your day one to my year 27. That's not how that works. And you shouldn't. And I don't want you to. Okay. And I don't want to compare yourself to nobody else. Excuse me, something's in my eye. I don't want you comparing yourself to nobody else, anybody else, however you want to properly grammatically say that. I don't want you comparing yourself out here in these streets to nobody else, because you are you. What is meant for you will find you and it will be yours. That's just it. And that's just how I feel for it. And the things that are meant for me are meant for me. Now, what do? I do a little bit of everything. Right now, I am definitely a part of my biggest thing that I'm doing right now is getting into this teaching. I'm gearing more towards one-on-one coaching. Here's why. Y'all don't act right when I do group coaching. So I'm gearing more towards the one-on-ones. And I am going to do another group coaching, because you guys know I have the boot camp for wholesaling coming up. So yeah, that's out there too. But right now, there is, in celebration of the birthday, you guys have just a few. I only have 7 spots left. So let me tell you when the sale is going to end. It's going to end at Sunday at 11:59 p.m. And I'm telling you now, it ends Sunday at 11:59 p.m. Or if I get 7 more people to register, whatever happens first, because then it's done. The sale is over. Okay. Now, what are we talking about? We're talking about the most comprehensive real estate investment training you will have. This is my 7-figure Portfolio Builder Momentum Masterclass. This is a one-on-one training. We will meet weekly, once a week, every week. We will meet to talk about this. We will get into our, wait. I forgot to share this in the groups, and they're coming at me thinking I don't love them like I used to. So I have to put them in there. Okay. Now, this training that we're going to do today is all about mortgage foreclosures. Okay, so I want you guys to understand that. The Momentum Masterclass, we do one-on-one portfolio building using creative finance strategies. This process, this isn't your average course. I just want you guys to know this is not your average course. It's not the learning experience blends mentorship with strategic funding solutions so that you can build a portfolio with full circle support. Now, let me explain. Full circle support means you get me, you get my affiliates, and you get my network. Now, all of my affiliates are not a part of my network. So you get me, you get my affiliates, and you get my network. That's what full circle means. So when I say full circle, it's just that. We are going to meet one-on-one weekly, you and I. We are going to come up with a game plan, a strategy customized to your specific real estate needs to fit where you are now, where you want to go, and what your future plan is in case you want to branch out into other areas in the future. We are going to get you credit ready. If your personal credit is not up to par, we're going to do we're going to get you into a credit repair system so that you can actively get your credit taken care of. If you are into wealth building, we're going to get you funded. We're doing in-person coaching. So with the one-on-one coaching, I personally went to your city, your state, your town, and coaching you, or whatever market you choose. Because some of y'all live in these really remote areas and you want to be in a bigger city. So we'll be in the bigger city and I'll come to your city for a few days and spend a few days with you and let you know exactly what that is. Oh, y'all thought it was a game. No, it's not a game. This is what we do. Now, you are also going to get full access to my entire course library. What does that mean? If you've ever thought about wholesaling, it's in there. Lisa, subject to flipping houses, marketing, branding, building your real estate. If you're a real estate agent, there's a section in there for real estate agents. This entire course is my entire course library. That's what you get access to when you do the Momentum Masterclass. We also will have, you get an elite results driven. You get the first meeting, you and I are going to talk on the phone and talk, hey girl, how you doing? Hey, you doing? What's up? Oh, homie. Hey, homie, how you doing? We're going to talk. We're going to get to know each other. I'm going to talk to you like I'm talking to my friends. Why? Because I need to know where your mind is at. That's why. You can ask a couple of people that I've had calls with this week, have signed up, they will let you know. We have a conversation. I'm going to tell you some things. We're going to talk about some things. And at the end of that, the whole time you're talking to me, I'm taking notes. Yes, I'm going to ask you questions about where you are right now financially. I need to know what your credit score looks like. I need to know what finances look like because I need to know where I can guide and steer you and customize your specific program. Then after that call, you're going to get a summary and a contract. Yes, one-on-one coaching requires a contract, people, just so y'all know. Just so you know. And then from there, we will also move into our schedule. And we set schedule, set the graphics, and I'm going to give you some homework. So that's how this works. Every week for 3 months, we will week. That's 12 sessions. You get 12 sessions one-on-one with me for about 60 minutes. Sometimes it goes a little bit more, but 60 minutes. We will discuss and strategize and create your plan together. Your job is to execute what we agreed to. That's what the Momentum Masterclass is like. And like I said, if you don't live in my city, you live in Atlanta, like 2 of my clients do right now, they already know I have to come down there to visit with them. So I'll probably be there longer because there's more of them. There's like 2 or 3 of them. So I might have to be there for about a week or 2 to make sure that they're doing everything that they're doing. And we're going to go and find. Now, what that does. Now, with that being said, the link is here. If you guys want the link, I can get you the link. You want to review and see everything that goes into this class, you can review and see everything that goes into it. This is all about making you a real estate investor, a better real estate investor. That's what it's about. Okay. All right. Now let's get into today's content is all about these foreclosures because I don't think y'all understand that the mortgage foreclosure rates, I'll say it again, the mortgage foreclosure rates are sky high right now. You don't believe me? Watch this. I'm getting ready to ask you, what cities have the highest, because y'all don't believe me, foreclosure rates? Foreclosures. All right, now, here we go. For the first 3 months, in the first quarter of 2025, Chicago, Illinois, the highest number of foreclosures starts. That means they weren't in foreclosure until the start of, as of January 2nd, because you know January 1st didn't count. January 2nd, 2025, Chicago, Illinois had the highest number of foreclosures. They had starts. Okay, I'm reading. In the first quarter of 2025, Chicago, Illinois had the highest number of foreclosure starts among major metropolitan areas. That means major cities. So those are your Tampas, Orlando's, Jacksonville's, Buffalo's, New York City, Rochester, Detroit, Texas. Texas, you got Houston, Atlanta for Georgia, Texas, Memphis, all that major cities. That's what metropolitan areas mean, just so y'all know. They had 3,789 cases opened. That means new foreclosures. That don't even include what was already in foreclosure. That's new foreclosures. 3,789. Y'all thought it was a game. Other cities with high foreclosure starts include New York City had 1,387. Houston had 1,050. Philadelphia has 743. Dallas has 651. So if you want to know things, you just have to do a little research. Just have to do a little research. Yep, just have to do a little research. So what we're going to talk about today is the mortgage foreclosure process, because that's what I need y'all to know. I need y'all to know how this happens, what happens, when, who, what, where, when, why, and how. Okay? Now, just so you guys know, foreclosure, there's different stages. There is different stages. I'll say it again. There's different stages, because y'all don't like to listen. Okay? Now, when I say there's different stages of foreclosure, the first stage of a foreclosure is default. It's when you fall behind on your mortgage. Your mortgage is, this is when you, the borrower, the mortgagee, borrower, person who owns the house, you fall behind on your payments. So once you fall behind on those payments, you go into default. And you need to know the legal terms of this. So I hope y'all be writing stuff down, because y'all be killing me sometimes. Y'all be killing me sometimes. I just want to let y'all know. Okay? Now, once you go into default for a certain number of days, and some people say it's a 90-day. Once you get 90 days behind, some banks do 120, some days do 90. The majority of them do 90 days. The majority of them do 90 days, because I don't want y'all to feel like I'm giving y'all the wrong information, okay? You always go with the least amount, 90 days. So at that time, you're going to get what we call a notice of default. Notice of default. That means you haven't paid in 90 days or more. So they give you a notice of default. Now, the lender will issue this notice of default, informing you about your delinquency and what you can do to get out of it. How much, that letter is going to include how much you are behind, how far behind you are, how much you need to get payment. It might even offer some type of aid for you to get out of it. And it's going to tell you your delinquency rate, how many days past due you are. And it's going to inform you of the possibility of a foreclosure. Okay. Once that happens, if the borrower, you, the homeowner, if a homeowner doesn't do anything to bring the loan current, the lender will issue a notice of sale. Step 3 of this mortgage process, a notice of sale. Now, I'm going to tell you, investors who are looking to get into this real estate game, you might want to take over someone's mortgage. You might want to do what we call subject to, or what we also call a wrap mortgage. Okay. Now, look up the wrap mortgages. I don't do them. I'm not familiar with them. I do know somebody who is extremely knowledgeable of them, and I'm learning from that person. Once I get the wrap mortgage process down, trust me, I'm going to be a beast. Okay. Now, once you get the notice, once it gets into default, a person has a right to sell. You have a right to sell your house at any stage in the game. Once, up until sale, wait a minute, hold on. Up until, because I got my notes in front of me, just so you guys know. Up until the auction, up until your property goes through the auction process, you are legally able to sell your home. You are legally able to refinance. It's gonna be hard as hell to refinance when you're already past due, but you can still refinance, you can still bring it current, you could do whatever you need to do to get it current, okay? Now, in these notices, this is what I'm saying. So step 3 is the notice of sale. That's when the bank is going to send you a notice saying they intend to sell your property if you do not bring it current by XYZ date. Okay. All right. Now, once it goes to sale, you're going to get, that's when they call it a sheriff's sale or a trustee sale in some states. Once you get that, they will hold a public auction to sell the property to the highest bidder. But here's what happens. Let me tell you, I've gone to the, okay, first of all, people who live in Buffalo, New York, Erie County, okay? You live in Erie County, Buffalo, New York, or any other Erie County, just say Erie County, so I don't forget our list of people like, you didn't say Williamsville, whatever. So let me tell you, the people who live in Buffalo, New York, there is a mortgage auction every single day at the county clerk's office on, I want to say that's Franklin, on Franklin. Okay, let me explain to y'all because y'all always ask me, is that the big building? Is that building? Okay, everybody in Buffalo knows where the main place mall is, right? Yes, right behind the mall is what we call the RAF building or the welfare building or the DMV, depending on what it is going in the building for. Okay, now behind that on Franklin, because that's Pearl Street, behind that on Franklin is this big, beautiful stone building. And it looks old, and that's County Hall. That's where the auction is. Every morning. Every day. Sure is. Now let me tell you what happens when they come in. Because it's so non-exciting. It's unexciting that you just don't even know that anything is going on. You don't realize anything major is going on in that process because you just don't know anything major is going on. You really don't. And it just boggles my mind that nobody knows this is going on. So what happens is when you get when you go to the county hall, you're going to see people just sitting around casually, because it's also where real estate closings take place. So in case y'all don't understand what I'm talking about, it's also where the real estate closings take place. It's the same place where you go to get a copy of your deed, or to file a quitclaim deed, or to file any paperwork that you need to file with the county. If you need to file a judgment against somebody, you got to go to the county to do it. It's all in that same building. Okay. Now there are people just sitting around, like they just waiting for something to happen. I've gone there a couple of times. I go there just to see like what's going to happen. I pull up, see what properties are going to go for at this auction. When I tell you, the one that I'm going to tell you about, when I went to this auction, it was last year. When I went to this one, there were 3 people. Now y'all sitting around waiting for the tax auction. It'd be 50, 11 people up in the tax auction often to the point where they have the tax auction for the city in the convention center. That's how many people be at this thing. So what I want y'all to know is this. So when we get to the mortgage auctions, there'll only be like 3 or 4 people there, depending on how popular the property is. Now, this property was in 14208. 14208, that's the Hamlin Park Historical District. So this property, when they came out, and we all look at it. So what happens is when they come in, the what's her name? The referee comes in. She's a nice lady. Her name is Courtney. She comes in and she's waiting for the bank's representative. Each property has to, whatever the bank representative is, the bank's representative has to be there. It might be the bank's attorney, whatever it is. And that's 9 times 10, that's what it is. They come in and they have a piece of paper. I swear to you, this is how the auction starts. They come in, they open it up, and they say, hey, this is the property, this is the details, this is the information. They give all the information, they make sure all the parties are there. And then they make sure the bank's attorney and the referee are there. And then they go, what's the bank's bid? Before anybody can bid, the bank has to show their bid because the bank is going to buy back the house. You have to outbid the bank in order to win the property. Now, the bank showed up $138,000. It's a house I actually ended up buying because I knew the people who owned it. So this house went to auction. They ended up getting, they wanted $138,000 for the house. House went to the auction. Guess what? Everybody looked at the bank's bid. The bank opens up the bid and everybody can come look at it. Every single person in there left. I kid you not. Every single person left. And I was like, okay, I don't understand the process because that was like one of my first times going. And I was like, I never spoke up or anything. But since they're there, nobody else was going to bid. It was over. The auction, and now the auction is over. It lasted literally, once everybody shows up, 5 minutes. And the lady from the bank, she said, I said, so if I wanted to buy this house, I would have to pay that amount. She said, yes. I said, okay. Just wanted to know what the amount was. Now I know why everybody left, because they thought they were going to get this property dirt cheap. No, that's not leaving a whole lot of equity at that point, because the house was only worth, what did I tell y'all the other day, 165. The house was worth about 165 at the last appraisal, and they had 138. So that's not enough room when you're going to have to put at least $50,000, $60,000 into this house. All right, so everybody left. Then what happened is I went home. I called everybody I could possibly find and figured it out. I got the property manager, because now it goes back to the bank. Now the bank won the bid because nobody bid on it, so the house now goes back to the bank. This person, I told the people, I said, anything y'all get on that house, let me know, let me see it. So they got the letter saying that there was a property manager now. So I called the property manager. When I tell you I called the property manager, she got me in touch with the real estate agent that the bank uses. Let me be real clear. Banks use their own real estate agents. You have to register. If you're a real estate agent, I'm talking to you. If you're a real estate agent and you're looking to get into foreclosures and listing foreclosures, you need to get in touch with these banks. You definitely need to get in touch with these banks. And the reason why I'm telling y'all to get in touch with these banks is because They are going to have you out here. They're going to have you. They're going to have tons of listings. I just told you at 3,700 new foreclosures in Chicago. Okay, so if you're a real estate agent in Illinois and Chicago, got 3,700 new foreclosures since the beginning of the year. So that we need to go. Now what you need to do is, if you're going to go that route, that's cool. But some of y'all don't want to do that. I'm telling y'all missing out. Y'all definitely missing out. So next. So now the bank has sent you this notice. It goes to auction, right? Now, if people are living in the home, the bank is going to give an eviction notice. The bank is going to send an eviction notice. The bank is going to go to court. Listen, once I got in touch with the real estate agent and I negotiated the deal on the house, I went to the court. Okay, I went to the eviction court and I showed them that I had this property under contract. But guess what happened? Once the property is under contract, even though the bank needed and even though the bank has an eviction notice, once they have a legal contract, they don't care about them tenants anymore. That's your problem. So yeah, I had to deal with the tenants. So now I have the house up there. So I went to the eviction because I wanted to talk to the bank's attorney. That's the only reason I went to the eviction. And not that, but if I had a contract, I wasn't going to evict the people. Like I said, I knew the people, so I wasn't going to evict them. Went to the eviction hearing. Nobody showed up for the bank. So you wonder what happens when nobody shows up, and the bank is not going to show up if they have a property under contract. This is something I learned from the court clerk, because I stick around and started talking to them and getting all my information. The court clerk was like, yeah, if there's a contract to buy their property, first of all, the judge is going to throw out the property. So if you are a person who has a property under contract and it is in foreclosure, go to the eviction hearing. If you get the notice, if your people give you the notice, whatever, go to the eviction hearing so you get it thrown out. If you want to. Anyhow, then, because like I said, I knew the people who lived in the house that I was purchasing. So I'm fine with it. I was fine with them staying or whatever. We had to work something out. So that's why I was like, okay, I'll go. And they couldn't go because they were out of town. So I went in their place. And you can do that. People who are being evicted, if you can't get off work and doing all this other stuff, you can have somebody proxy and go to court for you. So then once they sell at the bank, at the auction, if they sell a house at the auction, mortgage foreclosures, if they sell at the auction, you're going to get the owner will get a sale and distribution of proceeds letter. I want y'all to understand. If the property is sold for more than what you owe, you are entitled to the surplus funds. And that is exactly what they're called, surplus funds. Now, for my investors and people out there in the world, for my hustlers, I'm not going to even say my investors, for my hustlers, you do know you can, there's a side hustle in this, and I'm gonna give it to you. You could help with your surplus funds and take a percentage of their funds as your fee. Just saying, just throwing it out there. Did y'all keep asking side hustles? There's one. Now, the proceeds from the sale are used to pay off the mortgage, as well as any other liens that may be on the property. So if there is a mechanics lien, this is for my flippers. So my flipper, I know a lot of flippers who have gone into foreclosure, okay? Now, if my flippers are in a foreclosure status and they have mortgage and they did work and they never paid their contractor, and the contractor has what we call a mechanics lien on that property, anything above and beyond the mortgage is going to the contractor. But if you don't have that, so say you only owed $100,000 and the house sold for $150,000, you are entitled to that $50,000. You sure are. So you just have to, or at least a portion of it. You are. And that's for tax foreclosures and mortgage foreclosures. Okay. I already explained to you guys about the eviction process. So that is what happens when you go into foreclosure in any state. Those are the steps. Okay. Now let's talk about how you can get the foreclosures. First of all, go on Zillow. Let me see. I'm going to see if I can share my screen. I'm going to try and pull it up for you guys. Okay. I'm going to try. Hold on. Please hold, please hold, please hold. I'm going to try and share my screen. If it don't, I don't know what to tell you, but I'm going to try and share my screen. I'm going to show you how you can look up foreclosure properties on Zillow. Because y'all be killing me thinking y'all be acting like you know what to do. Y'all sure do. We sit here acting like y'all don't know what to do. I don't know what's going on with Instagram today, but Instagram, I'm sorry. Okay, you guys are on here now, finally. Because it was looking crazy for a minute, Instagram. So now that Instagram is up there, so I'm going to try and do this really quick. I'm just going to show you how to pull up foreclosure properties. And we're going to pull them up in Chicago since we talking about Chicago. Right, pumpkins? Yes, Teresa. Okay. Hands are dry. Okay, now let me see if I can share my screen. Y'all know I'm afflicted when it comes to this technology stuff. I'm gonna try and share my screen and show you guys how to look up the properties. It's coming up, guys. Sorry, it's a little slow. But I told y'all before how this works. So we are going to be looking at, I'm getting ready to share my screen. I'm going to pull up the foreclosures, and then we're going to go through a couple, and I'm going to show you exactly what they look like and where you can see what they are. Lease pending, lease pendis, that's what it's called, lease pendis. That is the start of the foreclosure. Those are usually going to be in a pre-foreclosure status. Now, here's the difference. Lease pending, lease pendis, it is still with the owner. The owner still has control of the house. They have to get approval from the bank to sell it, but they still have control over it. Foreclosure, they can't do anything. It's no longer theirs. Once it's foreclosed, it means the bank auction is taking place, everything is done. That's what the foreclosure means. Okay. Now, this process takes a long time. It takes a long time to foreclose on a property. That's why sometimes I'll be looking at y'all and I'm like, okay, what's going on? Okay. So we're going to do Chicago since we talked about it. Chicago, Illinois is, if y'all need to know how to spell it, that's a good way to remember it. Illinois is, Illinois. Now, when you go in here, and we're looking at properties that we want to purchase, properties that we want to buy. That's what we're going to be looking at. Okay. All right, pumpkins. All right. Okay, girl. Y'all out here in these streets don't know what to do. So once we've done this, we're going to take forever. I hate my computer. I really do. And then I gotta and for the girl who's on Instagram asking me, no, I'm not going to work all day on my birthday, but thank you. Thank you for caring. I usually don't work at all, but this is my last act of kindness, actually, live streaming. And then I have to pull some tax records for a few houses that I'm negotiating some properties on. And then that's it for a client. I got to pull some tax records for a client. Okay. Now, if you can see my screen and see my face, let me know, please. I'm looking too, so it'll tell me in a minute when it's actually sharing. Because y'all know sharing is caring, right? So let me try this one more time for the people in the back. One more time. And then this is going to be it. Once I show you guys how to find these and to tell you how you can negotiate certain things. Like I said, the house that I was doing, it went to the auction and the bank wanted 138,000. I got it for 101.5. Now hear me say this. I got it for 101.5. So once the auction is done, the bank is just like, let us get as much money as we possibly can. The bank doesn't want all the lawyer fees and everything else recouped. They don't care about that. So that's why I was able to do it. So I got it for 101.5. Okay. 101.5. And that's the house I told you guys I put $500 down on. Can you see my screen, party people in the place to be? Everybody can see my screen. People on Facebook, you can see my screen yet? Instagram, Facebook. Okay, everybody can now see my screen. Okay, so now when you go in here, you're going to see properties there for sale. You're going to click this for sale button. See here how it says for sale, for rent, sold. You want for sale. You can go over here and you see where it says, you just hover over it. Okay, let me take my button away and click over here. Now, you see this buy thing here. You want to hover over it. It drops down. Just go to foreclosures. You want the foreclosures. So once we click on the foreclosures, Illinois foreclosure homes for sale. Boom. Y'all see this? Now, let me explain why this is so important for not just you as an investor, but you as a person who's looking to purchase a home, you as a real estate agent who represents somebody who's looking to purchase a home. If you are a buyer's agent, y'all see this 8 bedrooms, 4 bathrooms, $400,000. What? Are y'all crazy? Then that makes me want to look at this, because if it's 400, and that's how, and you see right here, it says Chicago, Illinois foreclosure homes for sale. Here's 113 of them. These are, when I say these are foreclosures, these are the ones that have already gone to the auction. They've already been, the bank now owns these homes. Okay. So let's just take a look at this one. Since y'all want to know, since y'all know everything. So we're going to go, and it's going to buffer forever. Yeah, we're looking at homes now. This one has 8 bedrooms, 4 bathrooms. I'm thinking it's a multifamily, which would be great. And I have an amazing real estate agent in Chicago. If anybody wants to buy one of these properties that we're going to go through, and you guys see it, let me know. Just hit me up and I'll put in touch with her, and we'll get you. We'll get it out there. Okay. Okay. All right, pumpkins. Now look at this. These are the pictures. $399,900. $399,900. They disclosed the rest, and I was right. It's a multifamily, 8 bedrooms, 4 bathrooms. Do you know how much this is going to be worth later? And it says pre-foreclosure short sale opportunity, 8143 South Colfax. Now they tell you that it's a 4 unit in Chicago. Calling all investors, house hackers, and FHA 203K. Now, you guys know I love a good FHA 203K loan. That's for you homeowners who always say, I wish I had the money to fix it up. That's a house. Now, let me tell y'all something that I tell the rest of my people too. If you are a home buyer and you cannot win in a multiple offer situation because There are multiple offers on these situations, okay? If you're in a multiple offer situation like this property, I'm surprised nobody scooped it up. This one's it's an all brick 4-unit. I would scoop it up in a heartbeat. It's only been on Zillow for 19 hours. That's why. This one's not gonna last long. I can tell you that now. Okay, so if you wanted to get a home, you could get a FHA loan. Now, what's the beauty of an FHA loan? You only need 3.5% down. You can get an FHA loan with a 580 credit score. Now, don't get me wrong, you're gonna be paying some interest and all this other stuff if you have a credit score that low, but you still can get 4 units. Depending on the location of these units, maybe some of them can be rented out for Airbnb. Some of them can be, you have to live in one if you get an FHA 203K. This is a loan where they're going to give you the money to purchase and the money to renovate. Yeah, hear me say that. They're going to give you the money to purchase and the money to renovate. It's the same with a hard money loan, only you're not going to have to put down as much money as you would with a hard money loan. You're not going to have to, well, depending on the hard money loan that you get, because I can get you some loans that don't require down payment, don't require any payments, and some of them they don't even require you to disclose your income, and they don't go on your credit. So yeah, got a lot of that going on. Told y'all I can get y'all stuff. Y'all be playing around. 7-figure portfolio builders, they know. Now, so this house, what you would do is call a real estate agent. You call the agent that's here, and I'm gonna tell you now, Stephanie Jeffrey, that's the agent that's here. She works for her. She works for the bank. Okay, so what you want to do is find a buyer's agent and have them go in and start negotiating for you. This is a 4-unit for 400 in Chicago, Illinois. This is a good property. Now, before y'all start asking me, is this on the south side? I don't know. Okay, I don't know. It says South Colfax, so yeah, it's on the south side. But the thing is, what would this property be worth? Let's see, do they have any other properties that sold? They usually give you the stuff down here. They don't. Anyhow, but that's what you do. So you're going to contact the real estate agent. You're going to make an offer. They're going to submit the offer to the bank. Now, once they submit the offer to the bank is going to take a minute. Sometimes you might have to, I had to submit my offer online. There's a website that I had to go to and just submit my offer. And a lot of them are doing that now. And they say yes or no. I offered 100. I kid you not. I offered $100,000 and they countered me back 1015. And I said, okay, cool. And that's what I did. The original offer was 110. And then I was like, why should I pay 110 if I don't have to? Then we did it that way. Yeah. So we ended up doing it that way. Now, what I can do and say and will do for you and yours and everybody else. When I purchased, so I had to do my offer online. So I put my offer in and put it online and everything else. And they come back within 48 hours whether or not they approved you. That's why you need to don't put these offers in. When you're dealing with foreclosures, you need to have all your ducks in a row. You're going to have to pay an EMD. So have your EMD ready, wholesalers. You're going to have an EMD. In most cases, in some cases, no, I'm sorry, in all cases, you will need proof of funds. So you will have to, I had to upload my proof of funds. I had to upload my, my offer. I had to fill in the blanks for my offer. Had to fill out the form for my offer, and I had to upload my proof of funds. I had to upload my ID because they want to make sure you're a real person. You're not just somebody out here willy-nilly. And they will defer to a homeowner, somebody who's going to own a home, before they will an investor. I'm just putting it out there because I know that's what they say. Okay? All right, y'all. Now, when I did this, like I said, I put a $500 EMD down. I put down my $500 EMD, and then the rest of the 101 and my closing costs were covered. And you will pay the bank's closing costs on a foreclosure. So don't get twisted. Not all the time, depends on the negotiations and everything else you're doing. But most of the time, you are going to be responsible for paying bank's closing costs and your own. Okay. And then just make sure everything, when you get the closing statement from our attorney, make sure everything is correct before you sign off on it. And that's how I got my house. So I got a $165,000 house for $500 out of pocket because I bought it through foreclosure auction. I used private money. I used a private lender. So, like I told you guys, if you want to learn the process, you want to learn how to do this, great. Come on over to the dark side. That's the seven-figure portfolio builder. This Momentum Masterclass is designed to what you want. This is the only course and training that I offer that is customized to you. It is the only one-on-one coaching program that I currently have. Because I know somebody's going to ask me, well, what about wholesaling? Yes, I can coach you one-on-one wholesaling, but I'm telling you now, I'm only taking 4 people for that. No more than 5 for that one because I got this going on and this is a lot of work and it's going to require me to do some traveling. And I've been offering y'all these wholesaling one-on-one coaching classes and only about out of the 10 people that I took so far this year in 101 for wholesaling, only 2 have been doing, no, 3 have been doing what they're supposed to do. I took 10. Yeah, I remember at the beginning of the year, I took 10. And only 3, maybe 4. I got another one that's closing a deal soon. 4 of them are only doing what they're supposed to do. Just to let you guys know. Okay? All right. Now, with that being said, if you want weekly one-on-one coaching, you want to know how to build a portfolio using creative finance strategies and very little money out of pocket, reach out to me. Click the link in the bio. There's also a link in the comments. It should be a link in the comments anyway. Link in the comments that will allow you to register. So now this is a 90-day training, 3 months of one-on-one. So you get 12 sessions one-on-one with me. Now let me explain to y'all what happens. I will come to you once, just once, during 90 days. Now, if you were in a 6-month program, I will come to you twice. If you're in the 1-year program, I will come to you 4 times. That's how that works. And we're building. Right now we have someone I have one young lady who's building, she's building a portfolio of condos because she wants to rent them out. So that's what she's doing. So that's how foreclosures work. That's how the things are going down. And if you're interested in working with me one-on-one, building a portfolio the same way that I have built my portfolio, I have not gotten a traditional mortgage since 2003. I have not used a traditional mortgage to acquire a property since 2003. And believe me when I tell you, I've sold probably more real estate than I can count in that 22 years, in those past 22 years. So if you're interested and you brought this for 105, no, not this one, Mel. I'm sorry, no, not this one. I bought another house in Buffalo, New York, in a foreclosure status, and I bought that for 105. Sorry, I just saw your comment, so I hope you're still on. And that's the one I bought for 105. I bought the house, it was valued, the bank wanted 135, the appraisal was 165, and I got it at 101.5. And once I'm done, I'm going to put about 75. I think I'm going to end up putting about 75,000 into it because even the kitchen is nice. I want to redo it. So I'm going to redo the kitchen. And as soon as we start the work on this property, I'll start sharing with you guys the videos and everything else so you guys can see it from start to finish. And you guys will be able to take a look at it and see what's going on. So we're going to get ready to start doing that. Now, next. Oh, now normally you get everything I just about the Momentum Masterclass. Normally it is $12,000. Yes, I said what I said. It's $12,000 for the 90 days, 3 months for the 3 months. However, because it's my birthday, yay, 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 I've been dancing and loving. And thank you everybody who's reached out to me or posted on my social media or sent me cute videos and messages saying happy birthday. Thank you to everybody. I really appreciate everybody. And I feel special. Thank you. So because it's my birthday, I am putting myself on sale, basically, because I'm who you're going to be working with one-on-one. Instead of 2,000, only 5,000, and there is a payment option. So if you are interested in acquiring properties and learning how to build your portfolio and having somebody who's done it help you, guide you, and even come to you in person, now is the time to get into the program. Now, before you get it twisted, 90 days is $12,000. That's what I normally charge. And for 1 year, it's normally $36,000. And we're only charging 25 for this special. It's 25, 14, and I think 25, 14, and 5. Those are the sale prices for 3, 6, and 12 months. So if you want to be part of the movement that's getting ready to happen, because I don't know if y'all noticed this, but the girls are fighting. And I can talk about this because I can do what I want because it's my day. And I started to wear my crown, but the girls are fighting right now. Vice President and his former first lady, Elon Musk, are fighting. So now it's about to get real in these real estate streets, just so y'all know, because now is the time. So many people are, now that Elon Musk is no longer in the White House, he's decided to tell the truth about what went on behind the curtain. So the gloves are off. If you're on Twitter or X or True Social, whatever that is, I'm not on Donald Trump's platform. I'm on X. And the girls are fighting. That's all I can say. And Mama's happy. Listen, I'm laughing all day. This has been like the best birthday present I ever had, is Elon Musk going in on Trump. Yeah, that's real for me. I love it. Because y'all said, I tried to tell y'all this was gonna happen. Nobody believed me. I thought I was tripping. And I was just anti-Republicans, and that's not it. I'm never anti-Republicans, because let me make one thing clear. My money is Republican, my heart is Democratic, and my brain is independent. Just to let y'all know where I stand. Okay? I believe in a capitalist system. How else are we going to make money if we don't have a capitalist system? Okay? That's one thing. And the second thing is, I believe in free enterprise. You should be able to sell and buy and do business how you want. But I also believe that you are giving gifts. You are given gifts so that you can help other people who may be less fortunate. Okay, you're supposed to teach people how to come up, which is why I teach all the time. I'm online at least 2 to 3 times a week, and this week has been even more. 2 to 3 times a week, teaching and guiding and coaching you guys on how to get into real estate with little to no money out of pocket. And I'm giving you strategies that I myself have used. And now I'm opening up my resources to you as well. So that is why if you are interested in the coaching program, please reach out to me. If you have more questions, you can reach out to me. We can get on the phone and have a conversation, and I can let you know exactly what's what. Okay? Now, so while the girls are fighting, the girls are, President Taco and his first lady, Elon Musk. They are fighting. So while I get to go watch Twitter all day long, and I'm going to have a good dinner, that's about it. The other thing I want to tell you guys is, yes, this month I celebrate. This is my new year. Today is day 1 of my new year. So I celebrate the entire 30 days. So every Friday, I'm going to be releasing little product of some of my products for you that you can get at a very, very low tier cost, especially if you don't get the opportunity to get into the one-on-one coaching. I will be I am not offering one-on-one for wholesaling at a very cheap price, because that takes a lot of time and energy to put into it. Anything that involves me doing it, besides the Momentum Masterclass, nothing is going on sale that involves me to teach you directly. Okay? Now, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, divas and dudes, heifers and hustlers, we are about to be done, because, I done already gave y'all a good hour of my time, and I appreciate you, and I love you a lot. I really do appreciate you guys coming in. I appreciate the love that has been given to me and shown to me over these last couple of over this past rotation around the sun. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to tell you this. We can choose to be anything we want in this world. I hope everybody just chooses to be kind, because at some point in your life, somebody has been kind to you, and it's always cool to pay kindness forward. Not only does it make you a good person when you pay kindness forward, if we all did, it would make this world a much better place to be in. And if this was your first time coming to see me live and in person, don't let it be your last. And if you've been here before, because a lot of you have been here before, whether you're watching live or you're going to watch later on a replay. Mwah. Thank you for making a girl feel special, and appreciate you. Now, don't forget, like I said, I want you guys to win this year. I am trying to get 20 people to build a 7-figure real estate portfolio. It's cash flowing, so they have money. We're trying to increase your cash flow, and we're going to put your systems together and everything else. So if you are interested, please reach out to me and let me know exactly what it is that you want to do, and we are going to go from there. Now, I'm going to go and chill a bottle of wine that I have, and I'm going to, yes, I'm going to have wine today, and I'm going to go and try and figure out what I want to eat. I like food. I'm a foodie. And I am going to get ready to get up out of here. Like I said, if you have any questions, concerns, comments, please just comment underneath this video. I will go back throughout the day and answer questions. If it's something that I think needs personal attention, I will reach out to you in your DMs. If you want to join the Momentum Masterclass, you can click the links that are on these videos, and we can see if you are a good fit for the program. Give me yes. And yes, you can, if you feel like you have a conversation with me first, because you have some other questions that you might not want on the social media, just inbox me and I'll send you a link to schedule an appointment on my calendar. Okay. Alrighty, guys. Thank you so much. Again, thank you for making my new year feel special and bright and loved and cherished and appreciated, because I do appreciate each and every one of you and all of your support. I'll see you tomorrow. Now, tomorrow, yesterday we talked about tax deeds. We talked about tax foreclosures. Today we talk about mortgage foreclosures. Tomorrow we're going to dip into the lease option world, because I want you guys to understand there are so many different ways that you could be doing this. Or no, I'm sorry, it's Airbnb tomorrow. Airbnb is tomorrow. So I'm just going to give you some basic information on how you can set up an Airbnb. Okay? No, tomorrow's Friday. It is lease options. Sorry. Airbnb starts today. All right. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye-bye. See you tomorrow.